Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Free Readings and SSPTV Live this evening. And it's lovely to see you all. I've missed you, not saw you for 2 weeks, so I hope you're all doing fine and grand, eh? And this evening, what we're going to do again is the concept of how we work with mediumship, the mechanics behind mediumship, and how we break down mediumship. So for all you guys that are budding out there, maybe starting on your journey, or maybe you're already halfway there and maybe starting to do platform live readings, then this breaks down your mediumship as well. We're looking at how you work as a person, but also how I'm going to bring one of my guests tonight, Natalie. We've been following Natalie's journey. Maybe have another one or two guests this evening coming on as a surprise, and we'll break down the mediumship. So if any of you peeps are not sure sometimes maybe where you're going in your circle or how you're doing it, which is most important, it's not just do it, it's how are you doing it, how are we tapping into the spirit world or the unseen worlds, and how are they tapping into us. Now, part of this, before I bring my first guest Natalie on, is the brain, which we'll get into that maybe 2 minutes tonight. Don't want to overcomplicate things because I know guys like readings, but we also like to break down the readings as well. Okay, so I hope that's good with you peeps tonight. And we'll start as well. We'll bring on Natalie. And we'll do some hellos as well. Hello, Natalie, darling, and good to see you again. How are you, Natalie?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. Great to see you. And how's your journey coming on?
We're getting there. no, I've lived in boards. I'm climbing.
Good, and the viewers are loving watching. And for some of you peeps that have never met Natalie, Natalie's been doing her journey with her development and her mediumship, and we've been breaking her down, and I mean breaking her mediumship down to the bones. We've stripped it all back live. And this is Natalie's journey, and now Natalie still goes out and does some lives with me, but again, slowly. Mediumship can never be pushed fast. The world, the internet is fast, everything's instantaneous. Mediumship can never be. Okay, and we're going to start saying, we'll say some hellos because I must all use people out there. And we'll see who's on this evening. Terry, hello. I always love to see that smile.
I love your reaction every time you see Terry. Hiya, Robin. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Robin. Natalie says hi, but we'll give you a double bubble hi tonight. And hello, Caroline May Sandbrooks. Lovely name.
Hello, Suzanne Riley. Lovely to meet you.
Hi, darling. Hi, Susan. Hi from Australia. Hi, Wendy. Well, we're in Scotland, aren't we, Natalie?
Yes, we're in Scotland. Hiya, Angela.
Hi, Angela. And Pauline Spencer. Good to say hi to you. Leanne, hi. How are you? Oh, there's Suzanne. Hi, Terry.
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Rain Cloud. I do love that name. Ronelle, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Good evening to you too.
Hello, Denise. I can't pronounce that last name, so I'm not even going to attempt that.
And Denise is new here, Natalie, so lovely to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
And lovely to bring you into the family. Okay, and there's Angel. Good evening. Good evening.
Haley Rogers.
Hi, Dave. How are you? Lovely to see you this evening. And good to see you here. We can help you in your journey. Brenda Walker, all the way from Canada, Natalie.
Jeez. Hey, Suzanne. Lovely to meet you.
Okay, I'm drinking water, everyone.
There's a few new names tonight. Hiya, Jeanette. Nice to see you too. We're all good, thanks.
Oh, hi, Jackie. Lovely to see you too. And as Natalie says, lots of new names tonight. Yay! Stargazer, hi. And just when we're saying our hellos as well, hi, Natalie. Hopefully soon we'll be going over to TikTok as well. So everybody start looking at TikTok because guess what? We will live there as well. Next few weeks, fingers crossed, but start going over now. Start following in TikTok. Okay, Anessa, hello from the USA.
Hey. Hiya, Sandy.
Ah, Renelle, another newbie, yay! Yeah, lovely to meet you and welcome to our SPTV family. Hi, Nicola.
Hiya, Donna. Oh, Cambridge. First time here as well. Another newbie.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got them all tonight.
Yeah, that's lovely. Evening, good, good. And because it's one big happy family here, and we love working together and everyone going in the same journey because no matter what stage we're at in mediumship, we're all in it together. Very cool. And good evening to Michaela. Right, okay. Right, so what we're going to start doing is, like I say, love the hellos and thank you everyone new that's joined this evening. It's lovely to see new people as well coming into the family. And so we start with a bit of mediumship as well. We're going to start looking at names. And just before we start with mediumship, if any of you are sitting in circles, are you even going for a consultation, a reading? What I would say as well, when we're looking at readings, not all mediums cannot be classed as counsellors. Now, you hear maybe we do counselling or yes, healing, because that's in every more or less religion culture, different terminology. However, look for the level 2, level 1 or 2, maybe counselling, or even in Scotland, we have COSCA as well as psychology and things like psychology as well across the world. And the reason I say that is when you're going for a consultation or a reading, you're given guidance. As well as sitting in circle, it's more guidance. You are not being counselled, and no one has the right to tell you you're being counselled. If anything goes wrong, i.e. past life or anything, you have got nowhere to go. So just always look out for that. And as mediums, we need what we call a PLI. We must be insured. And part of the reason we are insured is we're covered by the Consumer Act, but also all readings are what we call experimental purposes only. So just look out for that. And again, it's just keeping us mediums safe, but also yous. Yous have to be safe as well. You would never go to a doctor unqualified or anywhere else. So just be careful what you're looking for, guys. And when we start reading tonight, when we start, bear in mind, every reading is experimental purposes only. Okay, but we will show beyond reasonable proof we are communicating with other unseen world, the spirit world. So Natalie's going to do, I'm going to start teaching her live. We will be looking for another 1 or 2. Now we have got surprise guests coming in. They're going to get taught live. Natalie's going to start looking at the names along with me. Natalie will explain, she will have what we call the quickening. That's a heart racing. She'll be drawn to someone, then we're going to start reading. Okay, so right, Natalie, start taking over. She's in the hot seat, guys. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for the share, lovely. Thank you, Pauline. That's lovely. Now, I'm trying not to read your comments while Natalie's concentrating. Hi, Bernadette. Right, Natalie, hurry up.
Hello.
Hurry up now. We're going to put her under lots of pressure, but send her love because it is hard when you're on the spot in your life.
Sorry, guys.
Right, you're okay, right? I'm going to help you. I'm going to start prompting because
Aye.
we have a father here. Okay, and father would be looking to speak to his daughter, and quite interesting, it is a lot of girls' names that are coming through this evening.
Yes.
Right, okay. This father would tell me, now we have to be careful with subjective when we look at middle age now, because middle age, I'm just seeing the number 50 in front of my head, so I know this man was in his 50s when he passed over. Okay, I'm even looking at the number 56, so we're going up that way as well. The way we're working is what we call here at the moment, it's clairvoyance, because what I can see is dad written in my mind. Okay, now I do want to say as well, when I have this father coming through, this father was a gentle, gentle man. It was all about manners. Andrea Rees, would you understand father in spirit world? Because looking at that name, looking at the love hearts, I just went boom. Okay. Now, if you can validate yes or no for me, I also know when I have father here, father was a gentle man. However, contradictory, I was very strict in the family. I know mother comes in from spirit as well. And the reason I know is my hand always goes up and goes to the right hand side when I have a mum coming through. And now I can actually see a mum. Right, Caroline, thank you. Caroline, would you understand dad being very genteel, but yet I was strict with morals? Okay, right, so we've got two. I'm going to take this back a minute. I need to have mother in spirit as well, or mother-in-law. Now that's just come in with law there. Natalie, can you come in and work with me here? We've different ways here. I do know as well, while I'm sitting here, I do know the name Bob or Robert would come in, but Robert I feel is living at the moment. I do know as well, I know this man would have started very quietly. Yes. Caroline, okay. And would you understand mum in spirit and mother-in-law? Because again, I'm coming to the right, and this is how I work. Breaking this down while I'm doing mediumship, at the same time we hold our communicators, and that's a discipline. It takes a while to get there. However, we use our hands as well. Okay, so Caroline, if you can quickly type, if you can, validating, thanks, my darling, so we can start running with this. Now, I also know as well, now I'm flowing here, okay, I know when I have mum as well, mother was quite a lady, and I want to say quite a gentle lady as well. Andrea, we'll come back to you because I actually feel we're with Caroline at the moment, but we will come back to you, Andrea, and we will come back to the other lady at one point. So if we can go all the way back to Caroline May, and I've just been drawn to your name May there, okay, I've zoned right in, but I want to give the name Mary. Thank you, Caroline. His name's Robert Bob for short, but there's also one still living, because I want to say that name is in the family somewhere as well, and I want to actually say an in-law somewhere. Okay, so this name incorporates in your family. I do know the name Mary or Mary's there, and very popular name, I do have to say the name Margaret. Okay. I do know mother would have been a gentler lady. Thank you. And I also know as well mother would not have liked confrontation. I feel mother as well did, so to speak, with her hands at one point, because mother lost her mobility. And I don't mean full mobility, but I know I slowed down. Okay, Natalie, can you start coming in? Now I'm breaking down mediumship with memories, okay? Memories are a big thing in mediumship, peeps. We can see our own family so that we can describe who we have. Okay, and so it's all about energy, how we work simpler. Thank you, Caroline. And I do know Caroline was, funny enough, there's also a Caroline, because I want to say that we've got quite a family here of cousins. All right, and again, that's a memory from my family, got a huge family. I do want to say as well, the month of May is very significant round about your mum. Okay, and I do look at the lily, the flower. I do also want to say, I see mum, I'm seeing a hospital here, but I'm actually seeing in and out. Natalie, can you say a pin and link in, darling?
Yeah.
Start
So
coming out.
I feel like I do have mum here. I feel like I am getting stomach condition with mum. So I do feel like there was some sort of stomach condition. If there wasn't some stomach condition, I do feel there was some digestive issue going on with mum. Because I'm feeling quite queasy. I also feel like mum had a big heart. She had a very big heart, but I feel like at the end of her life, well, coming up to the end of mum's life, sorry, I feel like mum become a bit irritable and a bit snappy. So she's apologising for that. But I want to say mum had a heart of gold. I want to say everybody loved mum. Mum was just everybody's hero, bless her. I am getting mum like humming and singing songs, so I do feel like mum did hum the tune, did hum a tune and did sing a song. And I want to say mum had quite an okay voice. I want to say she had quite an okay voice because I'm hearing a lovely voice coming out. I am getting religion with mum, but I don't feel like she was a big believer as such. But I am seeing a Bible, so I do know that there is a Bible somewhere in the family. And this is possibly still on the airplane. I'm also getting a wedding ring with mum, so I do know that mum was married because she's taken me to my wedding ring finger here. And I also know that mum did like roses. Roses were mum's favourite flower, bless her. And I want to say red roses at that as well, because I want to go to the red rose. And I do know mum had a lot of friends. She had a lot of friends, and I want to say those friends were around her right to the very end. Bless her. I feel like she did get a lot of the visits when she was in hospital and stuff with my friends and stuff. I am seeing mum. I'm seeing mum playing like the odd card game. So I'm not sure if mum used to play cards or that, but I'm getting like the odd card game. I'm seeing her going like this, the cards.
Natalie, communicator viewers, if you watch this part. Natalie's going to hold her communicator, who's your mum, Caroline. So I don't want to say communicator here. I want to say she's chatting to your mum, and her and your mum are just going to pause the chat. When you saw the card game, can you try and see what card you're seeing, or is it going too fast?
It's the Five of Hearts.
It's the Five of Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
What does the Five of Hearts mean to you? And what does it mean?
So to me, the Five of Hearts means that there's a lot of love around. There's a lot of love around. There's a lot of passion going around at the moment as well. But I want to say that I also feel like there has been heartbreak somewhere as well along the lines. There has been heartbreak because I'm just seeing a crack in one of the hearts. So I do know that there has been heartbreak and someone has broken your heart at some point, Caroline. And I feel like mum was your rock at that point because she's just taken me to that there. So I do feel like mum was your rock at that point where somebody crushed your heart, bless you.
Right, and thank you for that validation, Natalie. If you just hold chatting to mum again. Now, basically, Caroline's validated that, no, mum didn't play cards, and there you go. So we've got Natalie showing mum had the heart of gold and there's heartbreak going on round about. So that's what it means to her. So there you go, she got her no, and we validated straight away. Because it's important that we work on the nose and get back. And there you go, she played Droomy. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what Droomy is either.
I don't know what it is, Caroline, sorry. If you could just, right, okay, so you're a medium too. And Natalie took that from the Five of Hearts. So thank you for that validation, Caroline. We say no because it makes the medium. It's Natalie gets back. Right, Natalie, jump back in.
Right, I also know that there is a necklace. There's a necklace left for mum, and there's a photo album as well, because mum's showing me a photo album, and in this photo album, I'm actually seeing photos of yourself and mum, and I want to say there's a sibling as well. I want to say there's a sibling, and I want to say this is a brother. I might be wrong though, but I do want to say there is a brother or a man in these photos, a younger gentleman in these photos, and I want to describe, she's asking me to describe this, right? So I'm going to describe it, right? It's like a navy blue photo album, and it's got like gold embroidered around it. So that's the photo album that Mum's taken me to. So I know that photo album would be here somewhere on the airplane. But I also want to go to a wedding photo as well, because I know this wedding photo is up on your wall. And I feel like this is Mum and Dad. I might be wrong, but they're Mum and Dad in a photo on your wall. And I want to say, you're not happy with where it's placed at the moment. Mum's making me aware. You're not happy with where it's placed at the moment. Right, I'm also getting that Mum, would you understand? Right, obviously I'm asking questions now. I shouldn't ask questions, sorry.
No,
Mum's showing me a struggling.
I'm going to stop here, Natalie. You can ask a question, because the minute you say, this is what I have, can you validate this? Yes or no as a question. You're asking, can you validate that? That's totally fine. I think there's becoming a cultural myth out there, you cannot ask a question. You need the validation in the first place, which is a question. So don't panic too much, okay?
On your cabinet. Thank you. I just knew that photo was placed somewhere. But I also want to say, Mum's shown me her struggling to drink near the end. So I feel like at one point before Mum passed, she did struggle to drink and eat. And she did struggle to get her words out at one point as well. And I feel like I don't feel like this is when she passed, though. I feel like this is a time where she was poorly before she passed, kind of thing. But I am also getting, I'm not sure if I'm picking this up from somebody else, but I am getting knitting as well. So I don't know if this is Gran knitted and Mum still had some of Gran's blankets and stuff, and they've been passed down to yourself. But Mum has shown the knitted blankets here, so I do know there is knitted blankets. And I want to say specifically a shawl. There's a shawl.
Yellow.
And it's yellow, yes. Yes. But that is all I'm picking up from Mum at the moment. She has given me the month of January. So January would be significant to Mum, and I want to say that's a passing, but she's shown me balloons as well. So I feel like there was a birthday in January as well, because she's shown me balloons as well as making me feel like it was a passing. But I will leave you Mum's love, and thank you for allowing me to work with you, Caroline.
Thank you so much, Natalie. And Caroline, I'm just going to quickly come off the mic, because we were chatting to your dad at the beginning, okay? And just to say thank you that your dad came in as well with Mum. They came in as a couple, and Dad is back to his sprightly self, because Dad lost that part of his personality. Could I say he went that bit quieter? Okay, and he's coming back to say, I'm back and I'm sprightly, and Mum and Dad just say, I love you. We will never ever lose that love. It's there, eternal. Okay, my darling. Now, so thank you so much for allowing us to work with you, Caroline. That was beautiful, and what a beautiful Mum and Dad you have. So thank you. Thank you, Hayley. And I'm just going to get back to that evidence with Natalie there. And as we saw that working and starting to work live, what happens is as well, Natalie was explaining how she could see it all, explaining the cards, but she even took ownership and accountability. And that's a huge thing mediums we have to do. If we're not sure of something, we will admit it. We will never say, I'm giving you that. We cannot take it back. That would then be our own human mind and ego coming in, and basically arrogance coming in, because we have to sort that as the mediums. We're human, and the mediumship comes in through our unconscious brain. Okay, so it's coming in through the brain, and then it's triggering feelings, there's triggering thoughts in our minds, pictures, we're hearing things, we can touch things, believe it or not, we can feel the touch. So there you go. And Natalie again, and I, like I say, we take ownership. And when Natalie thought as well, I'm sorry, I can't ask questions. Well, it's totally illogical, because we need the validation before we carry on with the reading. Okay, so thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. Now, We're going to look for now. I'm looking to see, Richard, if we have one of our other ladies tonight we can bring in and teach and work with them live. If I can hear Richard in the background.
Hello, is he there?
Right, so right, so we had Christine to request and come in, and Elizabeth McEwen was another viewer. McEwen. Right, okay, thank you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the next reading. Okay, and again, viewers, what we would love, peeps, is if you've got any questions at the same time now, it will be hard to read and look at the questions, but what we can do is we can do it in between at one point, because I know there's a lot of you on your journey. We know also there's a lot of you that want to learn more, but sometimes you're not getting, there's maybe one little thing holding you back and saying, it's like, how do I do it? How do I get there? How do I do it? And you're not getting that broken down. It's like when we say we blend with spirit. Now, I've heard people saying it sounds like blending with soup. Okay, and I know it sounds quite funny, but it is factual. You're blending when you have your what we call communicator, who would be mum, dad, as we had Caroline's mum and dad. Okay, so we're then getting into what we call their emotions, and they're coming in with us and meeting our emotions and our emotions at times. We have to learn to discipline our emotions so we don't get too caught up in how the love we miss each other, and that's facts. But we have to learn to work with that as well.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and it's difficult especially when we have as well, like children come through, people look for their children, or we have someone that's passed over tragically, maybe their own lives, took their own lives. Now, they don't always come through to say sorry what they've done, they say sorry for the hurt that was caused, because sometimes with their life, they couldn't cope with life here. Okay, but as a medium, we have to be very responsible in how we deliver these messages. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is looking for another, maybe someone developing. If we would love you to come on with us. Now, you've seen Natalie, she's been doing her journey here. We'd love you to come on here and we will help you tonight. Also, will help as well break down your mediumship. However you're working, I'll link in with you. Natalie will link in, and let's go for it. Okay. Okay, and you can also come on as a guest. You can receive a message from us, and then you'll see everything there. And I've just seen Elizabeth McEwen. Okay, and if Elizabeth would like to come on as well, and another guest out there, would you love to come on? Let's go for it. Right, okay. Right, what we're going to do then, can someone come on as a guest? We need you to have Skype, and we need Skype details. Right, so we need you to be willing to come with us. Let's go for it. It's Friday night. Let's go for it.
I know, let's go.
And what's happening is, where we're just looking at the moment, see who would like to come on, Richard's going to post a link. So if any of you peeps of Skype, first one that calls in, you're on. Okay, and you're going to work with Natalie and I tonight. Now, and remember, look how far Natalie's coming. Natalie's actually working live now. She's dipping her toes in the water. She's not doing full meetings yet. That would be far too much. And I'm going to make this point as well. We hear people saying, when maybe people have done one or two readings in a circle, all right, okay, time to go for it. Do a full meeting. Just go for it. Go out with your comfort zone.
Which I have been asked.
Yeah, she has been asked and she said no. And do you know why it's wrong? The reason being is if Natalie goes live and decides she's going to do it, then what happens is who's going to be there if she then, maybe after 40 minutes, she then struggles with energy? Okay, so we'd never push a medium out with their comfort zone. The reason being, who's going to be there to pick them up? The medium has to be, as Natalie, has to be comfortable. You wouldn't tell someone in the real world, okay, you're terrified of heights, that's your comfort zone. Right, Terry, let's go. Right, okay. And just to validate my point, if someone I wouldn't jump out a plane. I certainly wouldn't say jump out a plane, because listen, that's just out with your comfort zone. It's wrong. You don't push children out with comfort zones. So we won't do it with mediums. So let's go, Terry, let's jump in and say boo, and then we've got you. We're keeping you. Right, and if not, what we'll do is we're going to start linking in again. Okay, at the same time while we're waiting. Okay, and do you know what we'll do? We'll do what we do when we were kids. Scared day. Who's scared? Okay. Nicola. Right, okay, see if it's dinner for like the family. Why don't you just tell them it's not all about them? Right, what we're going to do then is we're going to link back in. I remember seeing Andrea. Okay, so hi Christine, lovely to meet you this evening. Now I'm going to go back to Andrea because I remember seeing Andrea and I know I had Dad coming in. I remember the name because I'm getting that, what we call the quickening. So we know our heart's starting to race. That's our sign for we're linked in. Okay, you'll hear people saying, I'm just linking in. It's actually killing time. We're actually do it. Okay, nothing magic about it. It's just we do it, but it becomes a mantra. Okay, so Dad in Spirit World, I'm looking for Andrea's. I've seen the name Andrea's earlier on. I know Mum's in Spirit World as well. Okay, and I want to say as well, Dad was a man that would have said it how it was at times. I don't feel I held too much back when I was in the family home. Okay, I do want to as well come through when I do have a bit of an apology because I was pretty abrupt at times. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see if Andrea's there. We're going to hold Mum and Dad. Andrea Reese, if you can just write in the box if you're still here. Okay, now Jessica Wynn, while we're holding the communicators, what I'm going to say, we just read this, Natalie. What can I do to help myself along my spiritual path to give mediumship messages? Well, Jessica, why don't you come on? We'll read with you and let's see exactly what stage you're at. Because without knowing what stage you're at, I really can't see too much. Are you sitting in circle? Are you working with psychic cards, whatever? Then why don't you come on and we'll get that chat with you. We'd love to get it there. Now, Andrea, I'm going to come back to you now. I've got you. Okay, so he spoke his mind, and I do have him coming through here. Again, he's speaking his mind. I do know as well, he does as much as he speaks his mind, and I'm using my hands here. So that tells me that your father, at times, if he didn't want to speak to someone, he would have just turned and walked away. Okay, and he'd have shut down. All right. I do know also, Father, as well, would have been tight-lipped at times. I feel it was like getting blood out of stone when he became stubborn. All right. So now when I'm looking at, I've just seen what we call the tarot cards. Now, people out there from religion, tarot can be classed as frightening. Again, that's brain conditioning. Okay. I can see what I can see the hanging man here, and that tells me he could be stubborn at times. All right, so it was Dad's way of the highway. I do know when I have Mum here, I want to call her Mum or Mammy. I don't just want to call her Mum. Okay, I do know as well she had that bit softer streak in her, but sometimes she came together with Dad. And I feel there was times as well when the two of them came in together, they say they weren't always the best with communication. That's the way I really want to put this. Whereas we would break communication down, they weren't the best communicators. Okay, I do hear snap, snap, snap. So that tells me they could be pretty snappy at times and intolerant. I really want to feel intolerant here. And it's an interesting word. Okay, so it also tells me as well they were intolerant to people out with the family because I'm seeing 3 clocks here. So that tells me then, thanks for that validation. Yes, you called her mommy. I see 3 clocks. So I had a face for in the house, a face for family out with the house, but then a face for the community. Okay. Now, Natalie, you start coming in here.
Well, I feel like he was a different person to the community, bless him. I feel like he was a lot more sensitive to the community. I feel like when he was out with friends or around work colleagues, he was a completely different person to what he was at home. But I do feel like Dad did love his family. I feel like Dad had a very big heart for his family, and he would do no wrong by his family. Because I feel like if you hurt his daughter, that was it. That was it. You were gone. You were gone. Dad would get right in there. And I do feel like Dad was a bit of a finger pointer as well. I know Mum's are finger pointers, but I do feel Dad was a bit of a finger pointer. And I do know that Dad did have a lot of knowledge, because I'm feeling quite brainy here. So I do feel like Dad did have a lot of knowledge, and and like Clara said, I do feel like he was quite quick. He was quite quick as well. He was quick to give an answer, and he knew what he was talking about. If Dad wasn't right, then something wasn't right. So I feel like Dad was always right. Bless him. If not, that's just the feeling that he's given me. So I feel like that's how he was. He always thought he was right. But I also do. I want to go straight to my heart. I want to go straight to my heart with Dad. So I do feel like there was a heart condition with Dad. Because I do want to go straight to my heart. If that's not what took him, I do want to say there was definitely a heart condition there. I also want to say I do know that there's something about Dad's brother. So I know Dad has a brother. I'm not sure what it is, but he's just making me aware of Dad's brother. So I feel like Dad's brother needs a bit of TLC at the moment. Because he's just making me aware that Dad's brother's not quite feeling okay at the moment. He's got a lot going on at the moment, and he needs some support. So I'm not sure if he could fit that, but he's just saying my brother. And I want to say the name Dave as well. So I know the name Dave or David would link in somewhere, but I also know the name John would link in somewhere as well, because he's taking me to the name John. I want to give you the 12th of a month. He's given me the number 12, so I want to give you the 12th of a month. And I want to say December, but I might be wrong. I feel like this is the 12th of December, so I'm not sure if this is a date that you can put your finger on. But this is a date he's given me. Yeah, heart condition. Thank you, because I was feeling very strongly in my heart then. Oh, brother. Like, do you have a brother? Because I'm definitely feeling like there's a brother somewhere. If not, Clara can come in and help me here, because I'm definitely feeling like there's a male figure. No?
You've been so fantastic here, and you're actually using your hands a lot and actually looking at what you're doing. So when you go to the brother, push a bit further, Natalie. Is brother living, right? Okay.
I do feel like the gentleman's living.
Right, okay.
I feel like he's going through a difficult time at the moment.
And we're also going to go to brother-in-law, okay? Because I want to come into brother-in-laws here as well. Okay. Right. I do know also, right, keep going with your hands, because it's the first you've used your hands, really. And you're
I'm just thinking that. Yeah, but I do know that Dad did work with his hands as well, and I want to say Dad worked away quite a bit as well, because I don't see Dad at home more than what he's working kind of thing. So I want to say that Dad was a bit of a workaholic. Dad did work quite a bit. And I want to say that was Dad's excuse for not doing anything around the house. Because I do feel like Dad had that type of personality where I've worked all day, I deserve a rest. On his days off, he didn't want to do anything. He wanted to just chill, pretty much. Just chill and relax.
Hold that there a minute. Okay, so thanks for the validation. He didn't have a brother, but Dave, you got the name spot on, was like your brother as well. Okay, and you lost your brother in October. Okay, and I'm so sorry to hear that, Andrea. Okay, lots of love for your brother and lots of healing as well coming through. Now, as well, when you said brother, but also I still want to put a brother-in-law over there as well in here. But give me a minute more. We can't guarantee we'll have your brother because it would be classed as calling up those that passed over. However, for experimental reasons, when you do ask for someone, they can't come through. Okay, so we're going to work with that because we do want to see as well. We do understand it's quite interesting when Natalie was starting to work there as well. She was breaking everything down because I'm looking at a bicycle here and a penny farthing. Okay, so I want to put the bicycle here and I want to say the wheels were in motion as well with your brother, because I feel as well with your brother there was this span of I feel 6 months, and I keep seeing 6 months getting written here as well. So I know something happened really quickly in his life. Okay, I do know as well, of course, he's with your mum and dad. Okay, but I know your brother was a character. I've just seen this big smile. Okay, and I want to be full of humour here. So I know he did a lot of humour. Okay, I know I also said how it was, like, and I've also got a twinkle in my eye. Okay, so the wheel's in motion, but I do want to say as well, he had a twinkle in his eye, Andrea. Like, that's all I see. Let's see if you can link him with our brother as well.
Yeah, no, I feel like he was actually a bit of a comedian. I feel like he was a bit of a comedian. If you walk in a room and the whole room would light up. And I feel like he had quite a contagious laugh as well, because I'm just hearing that really hearty chuckle. So I know he did have quite a hearty laugh, sorry. And I also want to say, I do feel like your brother, he had a lot of people around him. I want to say he was well known in the community. He was well known with his friends, and I want to say he has friends from high school, kind of thing, that still kind of like stuck around him. I do know he did like a pint because he's given me a pint of lager, so I do know he did like a pint. But I also know he did like a wee whiskey as well, because he's given me a little whiskey here as well. So I do know he did like a little whiskey. But I want to place a watch with your brother. He was ill with cancer, bless him. I want to place a watch with your brother. So there's a watch somewhere that was your brother's. I want to say this has got a leather strap. It's not with your brother, then it's with your dad, because I'm definitely getting a watch. But I also want to say there's something about your brother's teeth. So I'm not sure if your brother was missing a tooth here, but I'm definitely getting something with his tooth, either a gold tooth or something missing with his tooth. I also want to say that your brother was very, oh God, sometimes he could be a bit black and white, you know, but I want to just say that he was so fun to be around, bless him. He was so fun to be around. I feel like your dad had a great laugh, thank you.
But it was an laugh, very infectious.
Yeah, very infectious.
Can you see the name James? Because I
can see the name James, yeah. James.
Right,
I can also see the name Brian as well.
Okay, and we've got a Brian IE, but there's also Brian with a Y somewhere. Okay, quite prominent. And for you viewers watching, this is us what we call linking in together, and this would be double links. Okay, and when we have loved ones in the spirit world, they love that as well, because they will come to mediums that will pass their messages on. Okay, we've heard people saying it could be showmanship, it's anything, but it's getting the best of the mediumship from both mediums, because we see different things which give different evidence as well. Okay, now, and as you said, it was ill with cancer as well, but I feel 6 months became very, very, very prominent and very, like, everything is accelerated, Andrea. That's what I want to say. And as Natalie says as well, very, very popular. Yep, he filled the chapel out, but it's quite interesting. I want to sing Amazing Grace. I really want to sing Amazing Grace with them. And there's a song I keep hearing as well. I hear the sunrise. That's all I keep hearing. I hear the sunrise. Okay. But
I want to put daisies at his funeral. There was daisies at his funeral, and I feel like it was within a brother. I don't know what you call them.
Wreath?
Yeah, wreath, sorry. But there was daisies. There's something significant about daisies because he's just sticking a daisy. And he's telling me you got your letter as well.
Yeah, there you go. You got your letter. And as well, before he leaves, he wants to say hello as well to Shirley. So can you pass on to Shirley, whoever Shirley is? Natalie says thank you, got your letter that you put for him. But also thank you as well because you managed to kiss him before he passed over. Okay. And he says thank you for that. And there was a lot of words unspoken, but the love was in her eyes. Okay. He couldn't speak too much, but he knew you loved him dearly and he loved you dearly. Okay, and know that he's with your mommy and daddy. Okay, Andreas, I hope that's okay for you tonight, my darling. Natalie, if you get anything else to give, darling?
No, it was just I had to say he's got the letter. He's got the letter.
There you go. And he loves you to the moon and back. Okay, my darling. So with that as well, know that they love you, okay? And sorry, just quickly now we're going to go over. Right, thanks for that validation. Also, for you peeps that are like development, sitting circle and things, hands is very important. Okay, and the reason hands are important is, and that's the first Natalie's really used and watched her hands. Our hands can tell us a lot when we're moving them. And hands can give what we call symbolism, but also when as Natalie was going to the heart, so that told her she didn't know she was doing it, and then within a second she went, and it's my heart. So watch what you're doing when you're doing your mediumship. Pay attention to everything you use. And if that's one of the most simplest pieces of advice I can give you is, if you don't pay attention to what you're using, you could be missing vital information, i.e. you could be sitting like that, okay, and that would tell me as well there was an issue with one of his fingers. All right, so it's these kind of things we're looking for, and that's what you call digging deep into your mediumship. The other unseen worlds and spirit world, they will work with everything, and we will. They're what we call tools. Okay, every resource, use it. Okay, so with that, you know that they're with you, Andrea. Okay, and thank you for allowing us to work with you. And thank you, most importantly, for allowing us to break down on mediumship and having that patience. Thank you. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're still looking for one of you to come on. We will give you a reading live, and we'd love, I seen a name earlier, someone was looking for how she continues in her mediumship. How do you start? What do you do? Okay, well the first thing is, I would say find a circle, whether that be in Zoom or in a church. Okay, if you're not confident going into a church physically with it, and also if you either have physical health or social anxiety, then I would say sit on Zoom for a bit. Okay, watch people how they work first. Never jump in deeply. Plus, as mediums, we can never tell everyone they can be mediums. That is so wrong of us. For the simple reason we don't know what's going on in somebody's life. So we don't encourage that either. Okay, so with that, we're going to go to a break, and we would love, really love one of you to come on. We'll give you a reading, and then we'll see where we go. Okay, right, okay, you don't have to show your face, right? Okay, so let's go faceless. But if we can get your voice, that's the main thing. And that's, again, the main thing in mediumship as well. Just your voice. That's all we need. Okay, so we're going to go to a quick commercial break and then we'll come back and start again. Okay, so thank you.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the Clares and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, SPTV is joined by another guest who will be demonstrating their mediumship abilities by offering free readings to our viewers. This Sunday from 11 a.m, Wimbledon Spiritualist Church hosts the Divine Service with online and on-location readings.
Good evening, and welcome back to free readings and SSPTV Live tonight. And for you those of you that have just joined us, sorry,
Just made that page into a proper mouthful.
Right, we've decided it's made into a mouthful. That is just okay. So, Susan, thank you. You're trying to dial in, lovely. So for those of you as peeps that have just joined us, again, the concept of the show is we're teaching live, breaking down the mediumship, but we're looking for one of you viewers to come on. Ideally, if you're a developing medium or starting out in your journey, so we can read for you, but also so you can try your mediumship and we will nurture that and work with that. And again, that's the main thing about when you're learning mediumship, you have to be nurtured, not told what to do. So we're looking at nurturing that. So let's go for it. And Susan, it would be fantastic if we can get you on and even get your voice at least, and then we can start working with you. As well, what we'll do at one point is we'll read a card, because again, I've been hearing lately, again, there's a cultural myth that using cards is of the devil and it's evil. Most cultures in the world use cards, okay? They're called a tool. Nothing more, nothing less. We can use cards to springboard into the medium world, the unseen world. But also we can use a card to do the psychic, as well as mediums. We can log into your psychic as well. So there's nothing wrong with using cards, but as long as you know the difference, and again, that's part of teaching what we do in our circles. We teach psychic, we teach mediumship, and it's all broken down. Okay. Right, okay, and Demi Hogan, I've just seen you've been told you should look into a circle. Okay, would you like to come on with us, Demi? Say yes.
You know what? Looking for circles, I started when COVID hit. And that's how I started. Was going into Zoom circles. Yeah, going on to Zoom circles. Sorry, Richard.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant idea. So, as you've heard, Richard says, what we're willing to do is we will do a live teaching session on Zoom for you peeps that want to come on, but also that are looking to start your mediumship and develop a bit more. And we will teach you live. We'll also do readings live, and we'll help you do them. We'll also explain the difference of psychic and mediumship. Two different things, two different
You
concepts.
know, Clara's development circle. Obviously, Clara as a teacher, so she has got her own development circle, and in that circle we do a lot of activities and a lot of, what do you call it?
Exercises.
Exercises, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Clara. that obviously Clara's not doing on here. So we'll do ones when we're giving like quick 3-minute messages, you know, and we're rattling off all the information and giving what we've got on that spot kind of thing. We do read from cards and go into spirit link and go from psychic to mediumship. So yeah, so there's a lot that we do in a development circle that obviously Clara can't really just do with me on here. So it would be really good for us to actually do that. That's a really interesting thing.
Yeah, oh, thank you so much, Natalie. And like Natalie said, basically just to clarify, yeah, we do lots of exercises. Unfortunately, we can't do them tonight due to time constraints, but we'd love to do it on Zoom with you. Richard just said, so absolutely, let's go for it, peeps. And Natalie and I will be there behind you. And again, the most important thing we can tell you is mediumship is evidence of who your communicator is. What they've done now, we're not looking for a shopping list. That would be wrong. We don't walk up to someone in the street and say, hi, who are you? What's your name? What do you do? What's your postcode? What illness did you have? It doesn't work like that. Because if someone came to us and said that, what would we say? Mind your own business, okay? A lot of the communication is pictures, or we just see someone, then we can describe them. And when we see chatting to them, it could be just telepathy. And they could be smiling and saying, right, this is what I'm going to show you. That's how it works, okay? So it's not like a shopping list sort of thing, because people get scared of saying, oh, but you're talking to them. But not always. They're actually showing us that information and inviting that. Okay, and it's about trust. When I come to psychic is basically what's going on in your life or your family's life. No one in spirit world will divulge any of your confidences in front of your circle or in front of people. And that's where you know the difference. If someone says, well, your mum's saying you have to go and buy such and such, or she's telling you for that wallpaper, I would love to hear the full conversation. Because they certainly wouldn't embarrass you in front of everyone, and they certainly wouldn't break that in front of everyone, confidences. They wouldn't embarrass you here. They're not going to do it over there. Or if they did embarrass you there, they've reflected. There's a lot of reflection goes on, just like here. We reflect every day in life. And we learn and we grow. Okay. Now, Demi, you don't have to go on camera as long as we have your voice. We can work with your voice. Now, if you can see the Skype link, we'd be quite happy to do that. What I might do is do a 3-minute exercise with Natalie actually at the moment, waiting you coming on. 5 minutes, and it must just be pure mediumship. Then we'll have Richard as well at one point, get a card and hopefully get you, Demi. Pure mediumship, nothing else. And the timer starts from the minute she witters, i.e., I don't feel well. Guess what? Every minute gone. Nobody cares. When we are reading,
got to go the bairns a week.
yeah, or it's the bairns. That's including your time. Okay. So Natalie, I'm going to give you 3 minutes now because hopefully Demi will go on. Whip off the whip. Who do you have? Boom, boom, boom.
Right, so just go with it, yeah.
When you
Doesn't matter who I'm reading for, just go with what I've got.
Blank, and let's see who we have.
Right. Right, okay, so straight away here, I do have a young gentleman. I do feel like this young gentleman did take himself over. So I do know that there was a lot going on in this young gentleman's head. I do want to go to my 20s. So I do feel like this gentleman was in his 20s, and I do feel like this gentleman was a son, but I also know he was a brother. Because he's just making me aware of that. I do know that this gentleman had... don't judge a book by the cover is what he's telling me, right? So I do know that this gentleman was quite a smart gentleman, but I do know that he did have a lot going on in his head. He is making me aware that he did cover it really well. And I want to say there was very few that did know what this gentleman was feeling, and how bad it was. I do want to say that I do know that this gentleman did. I want to put this gentleman in actually a caring industry. So I do know that this gentleman did work as a carer. If he wasn't a carer, I do know there is caring around him.
Is he
I
looking
also want...
Mum, Natalie, I'm going to quickly jump in. Is he looking for mum's sister or dad tonight? Who's he looking for?
I feel like he's looking for sister.
Right, okay, keep going.
He's looking for sister. I also know that this gentleman did have... I want to say he had the... what are they called? Gauge earrings. It was like the big hole, right? Because he's taking me to a hole in his ear, right? So I know this gentleman did have a hole in his ear. But I also know that he did have a lot of friends. Because he's making me feel like there was a lot of people around him, and he's telling me the loneliest feeling in the world is not being alone and feeling alone. So I do know that this gentleman did have a lot of people around him. I do want to go to a chain. There is a chain that's been left for this gentleman, that someone has of this gentleman, sorry. And I do know that there is a football strip as well, and I want to go to a red football strip. There's a red football strip somewhere, and I want to say it's got the number 24 on it. I might be wrong, but I do want to say there's the number 24 is quite significant on this t-shirt. And I also want to say there's another James. There's a James here somewhere.
Well done.
There's a James here somewhere as well, because I'm seeing the name James as well. But I am also seeing the name Bradley.
Okay.
Bradley as well. So I'm seeing the name Bradley.
Validate this. If somebody can take this, Natalie's working. She won't stop. She's just keep going, and you've got 30 seconds.
I've got 30 seconds. I do want to say that this gentleman is just really coming in just to say he's okay. He's okay where he is. Because I feel like there's been questions as to, has he made it there okay? Has he made it there? He is there. And he's thanking you for the memorial as well. There's a memorial next to some trees that he's pointing out here. So I do know that there is a memorial being placed for this gentleman, and I'll leave his love.
That's your time. Cut. Right, okay, so I became Nanny McPhee there. That's what we're doing. Thank you so much, and for validating that. Well done, Natalie. Okay, now, who do you think you're with? I'm going back to Leanne.
I'm going back to Leanne, aye.
Yep. Okay, and the reason we're going to Leanne is because the heart quickened. Did yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Leanne, thank you for allowing us to do that experiment with you as well, and where your brother came through. Okay, so thank you so much. And when Natalie getting all that, that was quick, and that's to show what we do in circle. For the minute you open your mouth, it should be evidence. Okay. And could you validate a couple of bits with us, Leanne? Natalie, sorry.
We got a bit of validate.
Sorry, I thought you wanted to speak. I just seen her hand going. I went, right.
No.
I'm getting
No, she just said that she can take all of it. It was all spot on. So thank you, Leanne. I'm glad I could bring us through for you. And sorry it was so quick, but that's what we're doing. So I was just using it as an example of what we do in our circle.
Yeah. Yep, and it's Natalie will tell you as well, and if you can just expand on that, Natalie, why we do it that way. I hope you've been listening. It means
it's so well. To me, it's so that we can trust what Spirit's given us. Right? To me, it's teaching us that we can trust what Spirit has given us, and it's going to be the right thing. That's how I feel that exercise helps me. It's to trust. It's to learn how to piece it all together within milliseconds. And just training your brain pretty much to work like that. And when you're on like a platform, for example, you're normally put to like 7 minutes each reading. So you have to kind of limit yourself to what information you can squeeze in that make it understandable for the person to understand.
There you go. And that is actually spot on, and well done. You've been listening in circle, Natalie.
All right, sorry, I got a bit excited there, yes.
Okay, basically what it is Natalie said there as well, that the purpose of that exercise is to trust everything you're getting coming through, so that you don't have time to get into your own mind and question anything. So you just give every piece of information, okay? In a life situation, you would get the yes, no, don't know. Nothing else, no more, no less. But it's just constantly going for evidence, okay? And in a life situation, you normally, as Natalie said, 7 minutes, or between 7 and 10 minutes, we can expand to a personal message on platform or out there in the public. Anything over that becomes what we call a private reading, okay? Every part she gave as well was just evidence, and it all came through her brain, it came through her hands. She was using every tool and resource she had available. Okay, so that's why we do that. As well, you could walk into an event, and if you're the working medium or you're not the working medium, what it means is if someone doesn't show up or someone's too ill, you happen to be there, you could be put in the spot. So you need to learn to trust what you're getting. Okay, and that's why also it's important in a life situation teaching, we get the yes, no, don't know. Nobody's allowed to say possibly or maybe, because then it makes it fit for the medium. The medium ends up all over the place. Okay, so well done, Natalie, because that was very hard to go on the spot there. Hi, Demi. We're going to try and give you a call now and have you in with us. Exciting. Hi, Demi. Can you hear? Right, Demi, we're calling you. Is your phone maybe in silent? Yay! Hello, Demi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so what we're doing at the moment, like I say, we're going to bring Demi on and we're going to see what part of her journey's on as well. As we said again, and like I say, we'd love you as well to come in and we'll teach you live. We'll do another exercise, not tonight, but we will do another exercise ongoing, just to show again, and we'll do an exercise what we're calling the psychic, probably do that tonight with a card. But we can do it without a card, and that means just linking into you, the person, seeing what's going on around about your life, maybe what you're looking to do, i.e. are you looking to teach, are you looking to do a business? That's all psychic, like I say. So just I would basically just, I have to be really strict here when I say keep that in mind when you're developing, okay? And you want to read, but yeah, we'll do another one off the quick tonight and show the concept of how we work as mediums. And remember, psychology is a huge part in it as well. When we lose loved ones as well to the spirit world, and that includes, like as Natalie said, your brother Leanne went over, he will go straight over into love. Okay, he will straight over into love, and he'll also have loving people around about him there and then. So never ever worry where anyone goes. Again, a lot of that comes from religion. Okay, so we're going to bring in Demi now. That's as good. Hi, Demi. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Hiya, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me? I can.
Yep, can hear you okay. And how are you feeling?
Yeah, all good, thank you. I just want to say before we start, I think I did say in the chat, my little boy is currently asleep upstairs in bed. I've got a camera on so I can see him. But obviously, if he wakes up, I will need to kind of jump off quite quickly. So I do apologise if that happens.
That's fine.
That's all right, Demi. Don't worry about it. We don't worry about that sort of thing. Now, have you worked in mediumship? Are you sitting in circle? Where are you at the moment?
So no, it's something I've kind of looked into. I come from what I would say is a fairly kind of spiritual family anyway. And people that have, you know, in my family have said, you know, it's something I should probably look into. But yeah, I don't know why. I just haven't really kind of life, I suppose, got in the way, and I haven't really looked into it much. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm kind of interested in.
Right, okay, so when your family said it's something you should look into and they're pretty spiritual, what do they do then? Are the mediums, are the readers? And because I'm picking up there's psychic readers in the family straight away.
No, yeah. So like I said, I suppose my nan would probably describe herself as someone that is comfortable and happy doing kind of like crystal ball type things. My great nan, she was kind of quite into, I believe she was into kind of tarot cards, those kind of things. I believe she also used to dabble in a little bit of tea leaf reading, possibly.
I was just about to say that, tea leaves.
But yeah, my nan is pretty sure her talent is kind of crystal balls. So yeah.
Right, so that's what we call psychic. And the crystal balls, as you know, then is you're actually scaring them. Okay, I can never say the word properly. Okay, and you're scrying the ball. Okay, and that's psychic. You can leap into the medium world. Okay, but you're then looking, basically, you're using a tool. And then you're looking to see what pictures you can see, these kind of things. So yeah, that's psychic. You can use cards mediumship now, especially when we do have your nan over there in spirit world, but I feel we've got nan from mum's side.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we're going to do the reading, but I'm going to invite you in, and Natalie's going to invite you in, because like you say, when you're saying people have said look into it, still need to know what you're saying in your head, and that's part of the mediumship part. That was part of the wee deal, Demi. Okay. Yeah. Right. I'll stay as Mary Poppins at the moment, not Nanny McPhee, as we go in circles sometimes. But your grandmother as well, I feel she was what we would call in Scotland or the UK salt of the earth. Okay, so you knew where you stood with this lady.
Yeah.
Okay. I also know when she did the tea leaves, and she's laughing here because I just see this laugh, and she's got a wicked sense of humour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much so.
And she's telling me when she'd done some tea leaves. Now, the way I'm doing this, I'm seeing the picture, seeing your grandmother doing this in my mind's eye. Okay, clairvoyance. She showed me she would only half empty the tea leaves sometimes before she read for the next person, because she couldn't be bothered making another cup of tea.
Yeah.
So she was actually good at what she did, though.
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of people would get away with that, but she did. But she was such a character that, how can I say, I would duck and dive? Right, so she was a ducker and a diver in her day.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? I think she's hysterical. I think she's brilliant. And she showed me as well, now she would have her own tea leaf cup when people come in, but it was quite nice. People would get the roses on the cup. Okay, but some people wouldn't. It depended who the person was. Okay, and I do know the name Rose comes in because I went straight into a middle name, and I'm using my hands here. I can write down the middle. Okay, so I've definitely got the rose there. I do know as well when I'm looking at the pinky now, grandmother liked to think at times salt of the earth, but she knew when to put her airs and graces on because my pinky's going out here.
Yeah.
So she was such a character. I love working with everyone and chatting with everyone, everyone, but she's just right up there. Okay. She's
right on Clara's street.
Aye, she's right up my street. In fact, I would actually say, it's like we're keeping up appearances here. Hyacinth bouquet. Okay. And she could do that to a T.
Yeah.
He could do that to a T, and I love this about her. I also know as well, it's quite interesting when I've just done that, I've been taken to my eye. So I know her eyesight deteriorated at one point, and I'm looking at one eye here more than anything. Yep. And I also know as well, right, okay, your grandfather would be in spirit as well.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And I do, and that's when we go to the left, I always get the males at the left, ladies at the right. Okay. But I also know as well, we came together, then we were apart. We came together and apart, but yet we were still together. Would that make sense? So
Yeah, there was a little bit of divide between the family at times.
Right, okay. And I do know as well when I have your grandfather here, like he tells me as well, he's laughing. He tried to get his say so in, but he couldn't always. Okay. And I also know when I have him here, it's quite interesting. I'm looking at the moon and stars round about him. So I know he would have loved to have done this, but there's no way he was going to do it. Okay, because the men should have been kept in their place in the family, not the ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, Natalie, do you want to come in?
Yes. So I actually feel like your grandfather, he took your grandmother with a pinch of salt, right? And I feel like you had to take her with a pinch of salt, because if you didn't, then you would get really offended really easily.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. I am drawn to my heart to Grandad though, because Grandad takes me to my heart. So I'm not sure if there was some heart problems around Grandad, but Grandad has taken me around my heart. I do know that Gran was, sorry, I'm jumping from both here, right? Because I've got the two of them in my right. But I do know that Gran would have been the speaker. Gran would have been the one to say it how it is. And I feel like Grandad was always shot down by her, pretty much, right? So I feel like whenever he tried to get a word on edge, Gran would be right in there. No. And this is how it goes. Gran had the thumb up there. Hold on, I've got music playing in my ear. Sorry. I do feel like Gran had the say-so there. But I also know that Gran was quite a collector of dolls and stuff as well. I'm seeing porcelain dolls here. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, because I'm seeing porcelain dolls. But I'm also seeing some fine china cups as well. So I know she did like her fine china. I'm not sure if that would make sense to you. So I'm not hearing your voice. Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, so I do know, but I want to say these dolls were quite creepy as well at times. Would that make sense? I want to say she actually used these dolls at some point.
I used to be terrified of them when I was younger.
Yeah, because I want to say she actually used these dolls at some point for her psychic readings and her mediumship. So I do want to say she could do mediumship as well, but I feel like she preferred the psychic part. She preferred reading from the crystal ball. I do see a big brown cabinet here. Because she's taken me to our living room and she's shown me a big brown cabinet, and I feel like this is where Gran would have kept all her china.
Yes, yeah.
That would make sense, right? But I'm also seeing a big mirror in the middle of it as well. So I know there would be a big mirror in the middle of this as well. Would that make sense?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
She's just shown me the big mirror as well. But I also know that Gran was a feeder. Gran did feed you as soon as you walked in the house, because I do feel like Gran was a feeder. She did, and I feel like she baked as well, and I want to say she baked some really lovely cakes. But I want to say she also baked some bread as well, because I'm seeing bread here as well.
Mhm.
Right. But I just feel like the two of them just wanted to come through just to lift you up a bit, because I feel like you've been feeling a bit flat at the moment. And obviously I know you're a mum, obviously, because you've said that you've got a child. But I feel like you're kind of stuck in that mum zone at the moment. You're kind of stuck in that mum zone, and you're looking for something to do. You're pretty much shouting out, "Someone help me! Someone do something! Someone give me something to do!" So that's why I feel like they're coming through. They're coming through to give you that push to say, "Go for it, do it," because I feel like you're more than capable of doing it. And that's your gran giving me those words. So you're more than capable. Just do it.
Yeah.
So I'll pass you back on to Clara, because I've not got much more.
Okay, and we don't need much more, because when you have that at the very end, you're more than capable. And that's the exact words your gran would have used when she was living. Okay, do no nonsense, you're more than capable. Okay, and you'll have seen in the reading as well that Natalie was then started saying to you, "And I feel you're down." So that was Natalie coming to what we call her energy, her tuning into your energy, which is just a natural. It's not we're tuning in, we're not switching anything. It just becomes a natural link. Okay, so normally when we're doing readings and platform, 80% of roughly mediumship, and you will come down that part what we call psychic. Nothing wrong with it. So she was pulling into you then by this point and feeling your energy. And she said it, "I'm feeling you're a bit down." Okay, so let's get this up. So your grandmother's in tonight, you're in the right place at the right time tonight. Okay, you have looked at cards at one point.
Yeah.
Now, because again, I'm looking at, and this is not your grandfather giving me this, and I have to make this clear to all the viewers, because they certainly wouldn't start divulging any Demi what's in our house, our confidences. We can do that ourselves. We can start getting into your houses, so to speak. Because I've seen the cards round about, and again, I see the sun, moon, and stars. Okay, so it's these kind of things you've actually looked at. And I know as well, I'm looking at crystals.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you feel if we do the show one night, we do the Zoom? Would you like to come in and Natalie and I will teach live? How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's something I've been looking into. But yeah, possibly.
Like, because we have to start somewhere. It's like one of these ones that's like, we'd love to do it, but you must have some intuition. Now, we say the soul. Perfect. Okay, so in 2 weeks' time, then what we'll do is we'll send out a link. Richard will send out the link, and it'll be for everyone to come on to Zoom. People that want readings, and also we'll teach live. Okay, so 2 weeks' time, get in your diary, peeps, and we're going live with teaching next. Proper teaching. And again, when you're doing readings and you're listening, it's easy. Like, I don't mean easy, that sounds condescending, and we certainly wouldn't do that. But we like, and as your teacher, we can see everything. We can see the characters, we can see what's there, we can hear everything. Now, we don't see spirit world objectively, because there'd be no point then. If I can see them and touch them, there'd be no point then having this communication. Okay.
And what I can say, right, is I started off just writing a couple of words on a piece of paper. That's when Clara met me. I was just writing a couple of words on a piece of paper. But what I've always been told is mediumship, it doesn't matter how much you give, you can give one word to someone and that could mean the world to them.
Yes.
So I will say, even if you feel like you're not ready, that you can only give one word, that's fine. That's fine. If that's all you can give, that's a start. That is a start. So I definitely say, come on if you're going to come on, because it's, and even if you think you've got a wee bit of that niggle saying, I want to go, no sure, just come on. Clara's not scary, she doesn't right.
No, right. And as well, it's like just now, Dem, it's like the name James comes up round about you, okay? So I know that name thought is in your head, all right? So if you come in, like I say, and you'll find most mediums, no matter how experienced, a lot forget to tell the beginning of the journey. But as Natalie said, it was writing it down. That's what I did at the very beginning. I was self-taught and then I found a circle. So I knew ethics, I knew the law, I knew boundaries. And then it was like writing down, going, oh my goodness, I can see this in my head, or I can feel this, I can smell this. That's how we start. And then be able to tell you exactly what you're linking into. Does that make sense? Does that help? And I'll also work with you with whether it be the oracle cards and show you the psychic side, and also how to springboard into mediumship. Does that sound okay? Yeah. Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here this evening. Loved it this evening again, slightly different, again going live. And we're here tomorrow at 8 p.m. with the lovely Irene Renshaw. So you're in for a treat, and she'll be doing more mediumship readings. She is fab. And if you can download the app as well, remember you've got the app as well. You'll get your affirmations on that. You'll get your daily reading, but you only get one. Okay, it's free for Android users. Download it. There's lots of information there, and it's good if you're on the go, podcasts, earphones in, and you'll hear it a lot as well. And it's good to chill out with that app. So get downloading, and you'll see the app as well, darlings.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you so much for being here this evening. Totally loved working, and again, we'll show you another insight. In 2 weeks, we'll do Zoom, and you'll get to see a bigger insight of how we really work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not frightening.
It's not. It's really not.
We do get a good laugh, and as mediums, we have to learn to laugh at ourselves. If we can't do that, there's no point working.
No.
All right, so we get that funny humour in there. Okay, so thank you, everyone. And night-night from me.
And night-night from Natalie.
And happy
birthday, Nicola.
Oh, Nicola. Well, if you don't, right, okay, it's not tomorrow, it's going to be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right.
Ah, right, okay. So sorry, can't be tomorrow. Have a good night tomorrow, darling. Happy birthday, Nicola, tomorrow.
Happy birthday.